everyone, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Jade, and today I'm going to be taking you through the long journey I had with making my own Halloween tombstones for my outside decorations this year. So, the first thing I did was to head over to my local Home Depot with my husband and my brother in law. We picked up I forgot what size this was, but a large piece of foam board. We actually had to cut it in the parking lot, yeah, because it wouldn't fit in my tiny little car. And after I was done my designs and stenciling them, I brought them over to my in-laws' house and they used their Dremel tool to start cutting out the details that I wanted on my tombstones. All right, so I am now on the painting portion of the tombstones. Thank you, Mr. Airplane Man. Okay, so I picked up this gallon of Drylock Original Concrete and Masonry Waterproofer. I saw a YouTuber online making tombstones as well, and they used this. And I thought this was a good option for me to have. And I also am able to give the rest to Eddie because he said he needed this. So it was a good investment for us. So it won't go to waste. I also have some like latex gloves so I don't get it all over myself. And then I have some old brushes that I'm going to use for the first base of this. I don't know how many bases of paint I'm going to use, but I will keep up posted on exactly how much I plan on using. All right, this is one of the tombstones. This is RIP, and I have a bat on it. I'm making this one for a tribute to Ozzy. I thought this would be really cool. And then I went in and I just added some cracks and pieces. I kind of feel like it needs to have some more, but I'm just kind of keeping it simple. This is a Madame Leota tombstone. My brother-in-law cut this out for me and also carved in the words. So this is like the tombstone that they have at the Haunted Mansion. So I thought that was a really fun one to do. Before I actually started to apply the paint, I decided to add in a few more distress marks and cracks on the tombstones that I already had made. I thought this really added character to each of the tombstones and made them look very aged and weathered. So this is a really awesome step to do if you'd want. It's just definitely a step up from buying a Dollar Tree tombstone like I've done that have completely disintegrated. And then I am finally going in with the paint, and I started to actually stipple the paint over to give it more texture and make it look like really a actual tombstone, which piece into looking like an actual tombstone, which I was obsessed with. So here I am taking some acrylic paint I already had on hand and diluting it with water in a cup. Once it's mixed, I pour it into a spray bottle so I can mist it onto my tombstones. This helps give me more depth and that extra spooky look I was trying to go for. At first, I really wasn't loving how much of the copper shade was showing through, but I fixed it by adding more black acrylic paint to build up the layers on the tombstone so it didn't show through as much. The nice thing is, since the paint is watered down, it doesn't dry super dark, which makes layering very, very easy with these kind of projects. You can go over it as many times as you want until you get the right effect. And yes, I would like to point out that I am using the sprayer nozzle and the cup instead of just pouring it straight into the spray bottle itself. Don't ask me why. Sometimes the creepiest results come from the strangest methods. After that, I went back to the sections of the tombstones where I had engraved words and darkened them with paint. This really makes the lettering stand out so it doesn't get lost in the background and actually looks like it's carved into old weathered stone. I definitely had to do that with the Madame Leota tombstone because I made the words extremely small, but the end result really did pay off and I really liked the end result. We are back. So I'm hoping that this is the last part of this video for the tombstones. So I am currently making the bases for the tombstones. What I did is I'm taking the scraps of the styrofoam, and as you can tell I haven't painted the bottom, and I super glued two pieces together to give it a base and then glued the tombstone right on top. And it's actually surprisingly holding together pretty well. I'm still figuring out how I'm going to secure it in the grass because that's where I plan on putting these. So let me show you how I was breaking down the pieces of styrofoam and then attaching it. So I have my two boards. This is a little smaller, so I'm going to have the second part be a little thicker so it doesn't wobble. And someone said to use water, so I have my gross paint water. Hopefully this is okay. They say water helps the super glue adhere, so I'm trying to make sure that these last as long as humanly possible. So I'm also going to paint the back side, and then my Gorilla Glue, which I'm using, and you're just gonna put it all over. Should be enough. Now, once this is done drying, I will adhere it to the tombstone, and then I'm gonna just use my razor. Be very careful when you use these, and I'm going to take the tombstones like this, really boring flat edges, and turn it into this, which I think looks kind of cool. It does not have to be perfect. You don't even have to do this. I just thought it was a fun step and fun detail, make it look like concrete. And obviously I got lazy on the sides because I didn't even do the sides on this one yet, but it's really fun. So you can kind of do whatever you want, which is really fun. And it's a project that even if you're not very crafty, you could totally do, because honestly, like, the worse you think you're doing, the better I think they wind up looking. Like the Madame Leota one, I was starting to struggle and kind of lose hope in it because of the words. I messed up the words because I wrote them too small, but I wound up taking a Sharpie and then smearing it, and it actually came out really, really good. Like, you can actually read the words now, which I wanted. So I think I'm gonna also do that to the Madame Leota part as well. This still needs some work, but so I'm going to let this dry and then I will be back. All right, so here is the end product of the tombstones. I think they came out really, really good. I am obsessed with them. And then I added my Terry Jr. out as well. I would like to add something out as well, like on the tombstones, like for decoratives, like some creepy cloth or something. But for my first time ever making my own tombstones, I am obsessed, and now I will show you what they look like at night.